Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! Episode 194. So tonight we're reviewing Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8.
So I was excited about this movie mostly because of the cast.
Turns out that's the reason to be excited about this movie.
Pretty much. I have only seen Ocean's 12.
I'm so sorry. That's the worst one.
Cool.
By far.
Okay.
Like, it's decidedly everyone hates it.
Or maybe it was 13?
Also bad?
Is Julia Roberts in all of them?
I forget.
Okay.
I'll say this. I'm much more of a fan of the old Rat Pack one.
Cool.
Shocker. Not to say I have anything against the new one. The new one's very fun. The first one's very fun, tight, fun little caper, heisty, oh, that's cool. Oh, they did this. Woo! But I prefer the old one. It's like, you can't beat Sammy Davis Jr. like, sing a song on Garbage Truck.
Sure.
You're 11.
And like, I won't say what happens at the end of Ocean's 11, but it's one of my favorite endings to a movie ever.
Cool. Wow.
And it's great. I would say go watch the old Ocean's 11. There's some stuff that's dated, obviously, but like, it holds up for the most part. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm not a huge, like, gigantic fan of the Soderbergh ones. Like, people love those movies.
Sure.
I think they're perfectly fun. I just don't have a personal connection to them.
Sure.
So for this one, I was like, well, I mean, it'll be dumb and fun, hopefully, and like all these fabulous cunts are in it, so yeah. And then it turns out, it was...
That only gets you so far.
It only gets you so far. You kind of need a plot.
Yeah.
You kind of need characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody had a character.
No.
Except, shocker, Anne Hathaway kind of stole this movie.
I mean, a little bit.
For what there was to steal?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
She did.
Yes.
She was the only person that had a character.
Yep.
It was weird.
Really weird.
Everyone else was just like, I'm cool. Look how cool I am.
Right. And I think the biggest problem for me about this movie was that it was spread too thin.
Oh, yeah.
There was just not enough time to, like, actually get to know everyone. I think they could have spent half an hour less on, like, the heist and half an hour more on, like, setting it up. Of, like, who these people are, what their motivations are.
Nobody was like, I'm in. Yeah, let's be caper friends. It was just sort of like, I'm cool.
Yep. And
I'm the
steal
fence.
some money.
I'm the cool one who gets stuff. I'm the cool one that steals stuff. I'm the cool hacker. We're cool. And I was like, well, you're just sort of telling me that you're cool.
Right.
Which is not cool.
The other thing that I realized in this movie is that I don't particularly like heist movies. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I'm like, no, you shouldn't be stealing these jewels from a museum. You're gonna take this historic necklace and break it apart with wire cutters? That is disrespectful. When I first heard the plot of this movie, I was like, well, what's the point of this heist? You can't sell a $150 million necklace, just out in the open. Like, everyone's gonna know that you stole the fucking necklace.
Right.
So then it's like, oh, they're just gonna move the jewels and destroy this priceless, one-of-a-kind, historic necklace? Or, what becomes even worse is that they're gonna sell these royal jewels from, like, the Habsburgs? Like, fuck you! Oh, it's fine. We replaced it with plastic 3D printed ones. So that really got me angry. Whereas, like, I love Italian Job.
Right.
Because they're stealing from an asshole who stole from them. Granted, they already did steal the gold to begin with.
Right. But it's like gold.
Sure. That's the other, right.
There's no, like, historic value to it or whatever.
It's like if it's just cash from a casino or whatever, it's like,
in Ocean's 11, it's like, we're stealing money from this asshole at the casino.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, it's insured,
Sure.
Who cares? It depends. I like heist movies because it's like the plan's coming together.
Yes.
And we got this plan and we got this plan. But they have to be really tight. And you have to really love the characters so you're rooting for them.
Yeah.
And because nobody really had a character, it was like a bummer. So you were like, yeah.
It was kind of just like, Mindy Kaling put it best, where it was like, can't they just go to this party and look fabulous?
Yeah, can we just attend the Met Ball?
It's like, yeah, I'm here for that movie, to be honest.
Right? So it starts, she's getting out of prison, it's the parole board, and they say, your brother Danny Ocean is dead. And I was like, oh, they're going all in. Yeah. Shit. Was George Clooney like, fuck you, I'm not doing any more movies, you better kill me off? I'm not showing up for a cameo? Or is it some sort of long con of like, well, if we allude to him long enough, he'll show up in Ocean's 9.
I mean...
Because now they can make Ocean's 9 and 10. I mean, I'm here for them to take another swing.
I love it. You know, it was not a horrible movie. I don't think that the problem was that it was a cast of women. Like, people would try and say...
Of course not. Yeah.
Well, obviously. But, like...
The characters were underwritten, and the heist was, like, less exciting than, like, heists that have already been done.
Right. But I guess part of that was frustrating then, too, that it's like, oh, of course, it's a heist movie with women, so they have to be stealing jewelry.
At, like, the Fabulous Met Gala. Part of me loves that, because I'm like, yes, I want to see them all show up in fabulous gowns, even though it doesn't make sense for the plot at all.
Yep.
But I'm also like, well, okay.
Yeah, so spoiler alert.
Yeah.
At the end, they're like, oh, well, we tore apart this historic necklace and sold it on the black market or in an open auction. Seemed weird.
Well, you knew what... They didn't take any of that money. That was all to tie the boyfriend to it.
Sure.
That's why they poorly sold it.
I guess that's
true.
They
got the old lady actresses. Right. They got Marlo Thomas out there and a bunch of other ladies that you're like, I know you from, like, stuff.
Yeah.
To go be like, oh, I found this in my great-grandmother's hope chest, you know, or whatever. Sure. I didn't even know there was a secret panel in this, you know, cedar chest.
Well, and then they deposited it in his account, obviously, right? I got that. But, like, I guess...
They didn't take any of that money. They're not tied to that money at all.
Oh, see, I figured they were going to take it eventually.
They were purely going to sell the other historic royal jewels.
Gotcha.
Some other way.
And we're assuming that they're going to destroy all of those?
I hope Cate Blanchett, like, takes a sexy bath while wearing them before they destroy them, though.
For me?
Just like, yes. It's like Affair of the Necklace. Just like, oh, I'm in this bath.
I'm here for that. There's like this whole reveal. Well, that was just a ruse. Communism was just a red herring. You know, it's just like... Then they open this chest and there's all the royal jewels.
Well, it's a fridge.
Yes, it was a fridge. Excuse me.
They had them leaning against beer bottles.
Yeah.
Because they're cool. They're hip. They're rad. They're just ladies who drink beer. I mean, come on. Could they get more relatable?
Should have been like bottles of champagne, but whatever.
Oh yeah, and then they're just like popping the champagne.
Exactly.
And like, party, dance, party, slow motion.
But also, I felt like it should have been something different. Like, oh, we just used that to steal this other thing that's not historic and priceless.
I think you're gonna have to get past it. I understand, and I'm sorry that it hurt your feelings so much. It's fictional. I get it. I hear you. I'm sorry. Yeah, so she's at her parole hearing. Yes. She gets released from prison. And I love that she is in, like, this fabulous gown.
Yes.
Because she clearly got arrested looking fabulous.
Yes.
And I was like, here for this.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Love this choice.
Yep.
This visual storytelling. Yes. Oh, I didn't need the scene where you clued me in that that's what happened and the flashback to the whole thing because I got there. I was fine. I was okay. I filled in the blanks for me. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this movie was me just being like, yes, Cate Blanchett.
I mean, pretty much.
And then being like, yes, Helena Bonham Carter.
But like, oh, yes.
And then just being like, yes, Sarah Paulson. But like, then it kind of ended there. Like, they showed up and I was like, yes, bitch. And then I'd be like, oh, but you didn't do anything.
Well, and also all of their characters were boring and like whatever. Like,
what characters?
Well, exactly.
That was the problem.
I mean, Cate Blanchett's character is that she waters, like, she refills bottles of Smirnoff with like gallon jugs of unlabeled vodka and water.
What was her specialty?
Food service. She knows how a kitchen runs. I was confused.
That's all I got too. They're supposed to be like best friends. Like Cate Blanchett is the Brad Pitt character, right? Like I've been waiting since you got out of prison, whatever. I have no idea what her specialty is, what she does.
Nope.
If they are lesbian lovers or just friends.
Unclear.
And what they used to do together.
Yep.
I didn't understand their relationship at all. I was like, so they were definitely lovers.
That would have been more interesting.
I mean, for sure. And I feel like that's what was going on. Because Cate Blanchett was, like, pretty handsy with her.
It's true.
And then when they're flashing back, Sandra Bullock says something like, because her name is, Cate Blanchett's name is Lou. And she goes, oh, well, Lou and I were going through a dry spell. And I was like, in your relationship? or just in your like business
Heisty.
heisty relationship?
A dry spell?
A dry spell, right? I would have liked it. It would have informed their characters.
That would have informed the character. I didn't really, like you said, no character had a motivation. Mindy Kaling's character is just that she has a slightly, perhaps, overbearing mother.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, don't you want to get away from your mother? And she's
But then
like,
that's
absolutely.
completely dropped.
Completely never heard of again.
It's the scene you see in the trailer and
Yep.
then is never mentioned again.
Also,
Okay.
that didn't seem to matter at all. She's like, how fast can you make jewelry? 5 hours? What if you could get out of your mom's apartment or whatever? She's like, faster. She doesn't have to... Oh,
She did
does
it
in the,
in
but
the
she
bathroom.
Just tears it apart. She doesn't make anything.
No, it seemed like she made each... See, I thought what she was doing was like, and I made her a bracelet, and I made her an earring, and I made her a thing.
I
But
think
then
you
they
might be
didn't
right.
really make... They didn't sell it home.
No, they didn't.
But I think that's what she was doing.
I think you're right.
They needed to have shots of them all walking out and then just be like, bling, like literal have a bling
Yep.
noise and
Yep,
visual,
yep.
like, and here's my ring. What? I've
Yeah.
got a new bracelet on.
Exactly. Oh, these earrings.
Me? Oh my god. One of them's wearing a fucking tiara. I don't care.
Exactly.
I want it.
Yes.
So then she visits George Clooney's grave.
Right, and she's like, you better be in
And
there.
he's like at Forest Lawn or something.
I don't know.
I was like, okay. And Elliot Gould shows up
Yep.
for a minute.
I'm assuming he's in the others.
He's in the other Soderbergh ones.
Cool.
And it was basically like, I think he was available. Love Elliot Gould, but it seemed to be like...
This was a nonsense waste of
It
time.
seemed to be like, well, we don't really want Scott Conn or Casey Affleck, so Elliot Gould? He seems the cheapest. You know what I mean? It was like,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
What did this scene do?
It was so people that love the other movies were like, yay! Elliot Gould. That was why I was there.
It was a waste of time. It was taken away from giving the other women actual characters and motivations.
Yeah.
What was Sarah Paulson's anything?
She was the fence. She knew how to get products.
She finds ways to steal all of those like robot vacuums and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
blenders and whatever.
Yeah, all that stuff in her garage.
And then sells it.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
They like underdeveloped. It was like she's the mom and she's out of the game, but not really. But
The
kind
other
of,
thing
and-
that I didn't understand was like she lives in a very large mansion in the suburbs of New York.
Right.
So why does she need $13 million?
I mean, I think for most of them, it was the thrill of
Sure.
getting away with it.
Sure.
Well, so then we get introduced to, I think, the best character on the team, which is Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh my God, yes. I think she stole this movie.
So they're trying to find a dress designer so Anne Hathaway can attend the Met Ball and have this dress, and
Yep.
we can get close to her.
Yes.
And they're trying to decide who they can pick, which designer or whatever, and they land on Helena Bonham Carter. They're like, oh God, wasn't she big in the 90s? Oh, those Edwardian collars and ruffles. It was a travesty. I was like, where's this?
This was the only time I
Where's
laughed in this movie.
Where's this? I was like, yay,
I want this. I want...
It was like they were trying so hard to not be like, oh, well, we can't have a movie of women being like catty or real or
Right.
like fight because that's like anti-feminist or something. Like we have to have them all just be like nice
Yeah.
and like good at everything.
there was no
like
fun.
nobody was like, oh, I fucked up or like,
There
oh,
was
I
also no conflict in this movie. Literally, the only conflict was that there was a magnetic special clasp
Right.
to take the necklace off, and they overcome that with a phone call to Rihanna's sister, and they're like, cool, 5 minutes
Also,
later, we're
where
done.
the fuck is her check?
The sister?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Where's her extra $5 million? From this iPhone video, we were able to determine the way that this special magnetic mechanism works and reverse engineer a special magnetic latch that her sister made within an hour.
I just wanted it to be better. Like with a heist, you have to love the characters. You
Yes.
have to be like, oh, I want to go on this adventure with them.
Yes.
And I love all these women, and I was
Yes.
like, fuck yes to all these outfits. And
Yes.
like, yes, you're fabulous. But it was like, but I don't know what anyone's doing or why.
Why?
Or who they are.
And I can't
This is a
root for them to
problem.
destroy history when it's for no reason.
What if they threw it into the ocean for the sea to swallow up?
No.
For Jack to find, for Jack's skull,
No.
a skeleton at the bottom of
No.
the sea.
No.
So he could
That always
have,
pissed me off
he
too.
could have the heart
That-
of...
no.
It always pissed me the fuck off too.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
No, don't throw that into the fucking ocean.
Belongs in a museum. But yeah, no, Helena Bonham Carter was the best part. We get her terrible fashion show, her like flight attendant fashion show.
Oh my god, I love this. This Pan Am nonsense.
And she's just a disaster of a person. And she's the only one that's like in no way a criminal. She's financially in debt and like or she was gonna go to prison, but that kind of,
I think because of the debt.
I was like,
why
what?
wouldn't she just declare bankruptcy? There was something about her passport that was confusing.
They introduced her poorly.
Yeah.
But I loved her.
Yeah.
Most fabulous outfits.
Oh my God.
And hairdos.
Oh my God.
And I loved her.
Yeah.
She was the only one that was like, oh, I'm nervous about what's happening. Like, everyone else was like, I'm cool. I don't have a problem. I'm cool as a cucumber. I've got nothing wrong. I'm not sweating. Everything's great. And it was just like, well, this is boring.
Yep.
But she was like, oh my God. I have to look at these diamonds. What? And I was like, yes.
Yeah. There was too much reliance on technology to solve everything, I felt like.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, and then we have the 3D printer that'll make the necklaces and it'll be great.
It was just like, oh, and then Rihanna like.
Yep. Rihanna hacks in and changes the cameras and now it's fixed. There was no conflict.
And then a lot of cameos.
Yes.
Dakota Fanning shows up. Anna Wintour.
Yep.
Then everyone at the Met Ball.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
they staged like a fake Met Ball, I guess.
Yeah, the Met Gala, they had like a whole fake.
Everyone was there.
Yeah.
Like Zach Posen,
Yep.
Katie Holmes, like everybody.
Heidi Klum, they had the Winklevoss twins.
Oh, yeah.
All sorts of people. That was silly nonsense. Serena Williams.
Right.
There was that whole thing weird thing with Anna Wintour watching.
You're conquering the court and motherhood.
Oh my God.
How's that going for you? Well, I'm trying. I was like, why is this happening right now?
No idea. Well, then there was that whole weird thing with Anna Wintour, like watching Wimbledon or something. She was like watching Serena Williams in Wimbledon or some weird thing.
Was it Anna Wintour or was it someone in a wig?
I don't know.
It was a very like, we're showing this part of her face.
Yes.
And I was like,
and then it's like,
okay.
Anna, this is the interview for the Met Gala intern? And why would Anna Wintour... What is this? This was nonsense. Also, what was their plan if she didn't get the job?
She did. Did they give that woman mites or whatever the fuck? Remember they were like, the woman had to leave because she got mites? Was it mites?
It was some weird thing, and she's like, I'm pretty sure they're mites that like burrow into your skin and lay eggs, and then the eggs hatch and explode. It was like,
and I was
this
like,
is very graphic. Didn't need to hear all of this.
Did they like plant that in her apartment?
I don't know.
To get her out? Because they were not above poisoning people.
No.
And then we get to meet Anne Hathaway.
Yes.
Who knew what movie it should have been.
Yes.
And
yes.
I feel like I would watch a whole movie about this person because I was into it.
Yep.
It was very self-referential,
yep.
very like crazy, insecure, over the top, like actors. It was very Catherine Zeta-Jones in America's Sweethearts. Just so self-absorbed.
Yes.
And like hilarious, you know? And so I was really feeling this whole plot and I wanted more of it.
Yeah, it was Anne Hathaway doing Anne Hathaway to like she was Anne Hathaway and Anne Hathaway.
She's like making fun of herself.
Yes.
And it's great.
It was just weird, like when you see that interview with Cate Blanchett and
well, like it seems like the press tour for this movie was more entertaining than the movie.
Well, yes, an Oscar winner.
Emmy winner.
Yeah,
I know. Emmy.
What an Emmy.
I did.
One.
You know? It's true. You've got two, don't you?
You have
two. This is going well for you.
We all wrote, Sandy, we all wrote letters. Say, please, give her something, because when it comes around to publicizing the movie, it'll say Oscar winner. I know. Ooh, it's really
There was so much more fun in that interview. Like, they were just having a good time being wacky. I was like, where was this on
joy?
set? There was no joy in this movie. I noticed there was never the scene in the trailer they showed over and over again of like the glasses uploading something, or they're like, oh, we can't figure it, and then they have to turn it on. That was cut.
Oh, Rihanna, like, oh, you're doing the whole thing.
I mean, it was stupid, so I'm fine with that being cut, but like, I'm wondering like...
what's missing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, aside from characters and motivations and a plot and conflict.
I also don't think I'm here for this like Sandra Bullock, Catherine Keener look. This like big, heavy hair.
Sure.
When she had like the blonde, short, you know, updo at the Met Gala, I was like,
yes, bitch, work.
So then we get to the Met Gala. Anne Hathaway's dress was fabulous.
It was a little boring, but the
was...
cape train was lovely. The hair was non-existent.
Well, it was like a ponytail.
It was really boring.
The Met Gala.
Yeah, it should have been. I mean...
French twist.
Oh my god, yes. And then, like, maybe even a tiara. Like, even though she had this absurd necklace,
Yes, like...
I want it to still be, like...
Even though she had the biggest and best and most character, like, if they had done it even more over the top, I would have been so here for it.
Absolutely. Give me 10 times the volume.
Of just, like, absurd, like... you know, panning shots of like, I'm here for it. Yes, that's why I came to see this movie.
Exactly.
Well, so then Sandy is, like, getting ready for the Met Gala in, like, a public bathroom?
Yeah, in the park next to the museum. While she's, like, talking to the girls and giving them a pep talk.
I don't know what this meant and what they were trying to accomplish with this. Sandy then goes, just remember, you're not doing this for you, you're not doing this for me, you're doing it for that little 8-year-old girl that wants to grow up to be a criminal. And it was like...
Huh?
Why? Is it like, are you making fun of all these, like, new campaigns of, like, girls can do anything?
Oh.
You know, like, is that what it was? Or was it just, you know, like a throwaway who cares joke, but then, like, this movie's trying to be feminist? Is it? I was like, what is that? What did that mean?
I didn't know. It was confusing, I agree. I didn't get from anyone why they really wanted to do this. Even from Sandy.
Other than just money. Well,
even the money.
She wanted revenge.
On the boyfriend, but why not just get revenge on the boyfriend? I don't know. Seems like there's different ways of being able to do it, right?
Mm-hmm. There wasn't like a sexy, flirty, like, character, you know, because they all had to be women. Yeah. Strong women, you know what I mean? So then that's why I was, like, here for, like, you know, some hardcore sex scenes between Cate Blanchett and Sandra Bullock.
Love
here
it.
for it.
Love it.
Oh, you're out of prison? Oh, they fake you out. She's on the phone. Oh, Lou, I can't wait to see you again. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's been 5 years. Okay, love you, Lou. Bye. And then, like, Cate Blanchett pulls up and she's just like, hey, Lou. And you're like, oh, yeah! And then they, like, make out and you're like, yes! So they pull off the heist. They each have a piece of the thing. They come out, blah, 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 blah. And then the movie really took a turn.
Yes. Oh, no.
Because the insurance... investigator. Is that what he was?
Sure.
So James Corden shows up as the insurance investigator for the necklace because they discover that it's a fake.
It's fake.
And they're going to go over all the footage and he's going to get to the bottom of it. I was so confused by this choice.
Yeah.
Why
it was
him?
Terrible.
Well, I mean, aside from the fact that you don't like him.
Sure, but like
it seemed like an odd choice. I was like, why isn't this Helen Mirren?
Oh my God,
like,
yes.
What the literal fuck? Why isn't this Helen Mirren? Right? She comes in with her briefcase and her sassy suit and throws it down and you're just like, yes! Right?
That would have been so good.
And they find a way to make it so, like, she doesn't catch them, but, like, she knows and she's cool.
Well, that was...
Or something.
Can we talk about this now, though? So, okay, so sure, he's annoying. He goes on this whole thing and he's like, oh, it's obviously her, but, like, I can't prove it. She comes to talk to him.
Yeah.
And...
This just seemed like a bad plan on her part. I'm going to call the insurance guy because I know he thinks it's me. And I'm going to be like, hey, I definitely did this, but I'm not saying I did it. Hypothetically, if I did do it, and you're like, what? This? But I'm totally framing my boyfriend, and you should go after him. And it was like... And they try to throw in some, like, Jean Valjean, like, oh, well, his dad was after my dad, and he, you know, it's been a family affair of insurance, investigators coming after the Ocean family, and I was like, why this?
She literally is like, oh, well, I have an alibi, but also I did it. Also, I need your help to frame him. What would you need in order to get a warrant? Oh, cool. I'll send you a picture of this jewel on his tie. Because that couldn't obviously just be framing him. Here's a text message.
From Anne Hathaway's phone.
From Anne Hathaway's phone.
And like a geographic whatever. Then to you. What?
To then James Corden? And that doesn't implicate them at all?
Here's your anonymous evidence, sir. Who took this picture? You're clearly being framed. It was nonsense.
Nonsense.
It should have been that Anne Hathaway goes over there to seduce him and she's all crazy, and that was actually really funny and fun. And that she discovers the jewel and is like, oh my God, he did steal it.
Yeah.
Calls the police.
Yes.
Oh my God, I've been so betrayed. It's all over the newspapers, you know?
Yes.
Although, is that too close to home? Didn't she, like, marry a fraud? Didn't that happen? I feel like she married, like, a guy, right? That, like, embezzled a bunch of money?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was like a thing. But like, and she's like, oh, I feel so betrayed. Oh my God, I found this. Ah.
That would have been
Done.
so much better.
So much less of a paper trail or digital trail,
I
whatever.
mean, that's pure nonsense. She would be in jail again.
Like all of the 8 girls keep just hanging out in Kate Blanchett's like bar loft.
Yeah.
That's a converted
All together.
bank building, and I'm like, if they're looking at Sandra Bullock, they're gonna be possibly following her.
Yeah.
Oh, we took pictures outside this place, and all 8 of these women who have all of these special skills are all hanging out
And all
coming in
happen
and
to have
out.
been on, like, the premises and whatever.
Aha! Their plan just seemed really bad.
Really bad.
So one of the last big reveals is that like Anne Hathaway is in on it.
Right. Like, she wasn't in on it when they were stealing it,
No.
but she's in on it now.
Yeah. I almost would have preferred if she'd been in on it the whole time.
Yeah.
And she was like, and y'all thought I was a bad actress. Lamb. Right? Like, wouldn't
Yes.
that have been great?
Yes.
I mean, then it makes her more of the lead character, which I feel like this movie needed. It was funny that she was like, well, I'm, bored and lonely, so I don't have a lot of female friends in my life. Should we heist together? And then we get the final reveal of they've actually it's a distraction of stealing the big fucking Cartier one. They're
They
gonna steal.
put up a selfie phone on the camera.
They bring back Yen, the like contortionist guy from the first movie. He's in the other ones.
Oh.
And he's always fitting into dumbwaiters and little
Sure.
carts and jumping. And I get the like cute, oh, it was him from the other one. But like, there's lady contortionists.
Sure.
If we're going all in on the lady thing, go all
Sure.
in on the lady thing.
Yeah.
So they get away with it, and
Yep.
for whatever reason, they all decide to ride the subway together.
Yeah.
And look cool. In their sunglasses. I'm really cool.
Oh my God, we're so cool.
I'm really cool.
And then it has like
I'm really
these
cool.
weird, like flash forwards or whatever to what
Like,
they
what
all
did everybody do?
do with
Like,
their
Mindy
money.
Kaling found a boyfriend and is in Paris, and
Is that what that was?
yeah, because she was like,
I think I was so distracted by the bad green
she was
screen
like
that
Tindering. She was like,
Right.
oh, he looks fun on Tinder or whatever, and then
they date and they're in Paris.
I guess because she's rich now.
Sure.
The sleight of hand girl like buys an apartment.
Aquafina.
Right? Is that should I know who that is?
She's in Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, okay.
Or will be, or whatever.
Right.
She's up and coming, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Rihanna buys a pool hall because that was her lifelong dream.
That's what I'm talking about.
But the weirdest one oh my God. Is Anne Hathaway's. It's like, and it shows like director's chair, the back of the director's chair. And you're like, oh, she's a director now. And she gets up from the chair, walks toward the actress. Who is her? I mean, am I insane?
I couldn't quite tell.
I swear to God, she played both herself, the director, and actress, and it was 2 different people. I was like, wait, does she have a twin? What is happening? I lost my mind. Please tell me, did you see this movie? Does she have a twin? Is that the other reveal? She killed the other dude. She tied up the actress twin so she could get in on the heist. Like, I was like, what is this? I was very confused.
All of the things at the end were
Things they didn't necessarily need $30 million for.
I don't know. I was like, none of these. Sarah Paulson already has her mansion in the suburbs. What's she doing with all that money?
She was wasted. I love Sarah Paulson.
She was wasted.
Her whole part was, I know, sweetheart. It's okay, honey.
Right?
Don't hit your brother. I know. It'll be all right. Mommy's coming home soon. Oh my God.
Awful. And then she just uses the money to buy a Costco warehouse. I was confused.
To start her fence business?
I don't know. It was garbage.
I don't know. I thought this movie really missed the mark.
Yeah.
I still loved all the ladies.
Of course.
And I loved all the clothes.
Yeah, mostly.
It's not quite short enough to be like, yeah, just watch it for the clothes.
Right.
Like, if it's on TV, you could watch it. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
It's watchable.
It's watchable. It's just, like, not great and had a lot of potential to be great. So it's
Exactly.
like a bummer.
The missed opportunity is what's frustrating the
Yeah.
most. It's just that it, could have been a fabulous movie with all of these fabulous concepts.
Well, and, like, if it's going there, why not get a female director, too? Like, if you're going for... Just, like, get Denise Denovi to produce it.
Oh, my God.
First off.
Oh, my God.
Always get Denise Denovi.
Oh, always.
Always. And then, like, Why not get a female director
Yeah.
in there? Gary Ross directed it. He did like Pleasantville and the first Hunger Games and Seabiscuit.
Oh.
And that, oh my god, he did that Free State of Jones movie.
Oh, no.
Remember that like Matthew McConaughey movie that went nowhere?
So I agree. That's a weird choice.
All you ladies could have been like, no, we want a female director.
Inclusion writer.
Yes. Love it. That would have been cool.
That should have been that's.
Wheel Penny Marshall out.
Oh my god, yes. This movie definitely lacked that female touch, and so that
I think it was afraid to be anti-feminist or something. Like it seemed
Right.
like it was like, and they're women, so it's feminist. Like you know.
just casting a cast full of women doesn't make it a feminist movie, and it doesn't make it a good
Ghostbusters.
movie. Exactly.
I'm not even coughing. Ghostbusters. Yeah, it was the missed opportunities and the potential that really is too bad. I hope all these women work together again.
Absolutely.
They seem to love each other.
Oh, yes.
The press tour seems like,
Oh my god.
just watch videos of the press tour
Yep.
and don't watch the movie.
Could I have a water, thank you, a snacky. All night,
We're gonna use it. Next film you see
yeah,
us in,
exactly.
we'll be
We're
like,
gonna see a lot of
yeah,
this.
exactly.
Like,
Where was Helen Mirren?
She should. That makes so
Wouldn't that
much
have been
sense.
so good?
So good. She just comes in.
You just see her high heels clicking.
Oh my god, this boss
Into the
bitch.
vault.
And you know she means business.
And you're like, oh, shit.
These girls are fucked. But then she's in on it. Ocean's 9. Yes. Cheers to Helen fucking Mirren.